Everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Poverty Hill Adventures. Today we're gonna do a painting on an old carpenter's saw. We're down here in the workshop slash art studio, and I had an idea for a painting of a roosted turkey, roosted gobbler out on a limb, and gonna paint it on an old carpenter's saw. And I'll bet a lot of you who watch this channel on a regular basis can figure out who this saw painting is for. Let me get you up to date to where I'm at right now. I took the handle off the saw. Nothing all to it. It's usually screwed on with some brass screws, and then I cleaned up the saw blade. It had a little bit of rust and dirt on it. And then what I did, see if I can find it here. Here it is. I drew out a gobbler out on a roost, and I drew it out on a piece of paper, and then I cut it out with a scissors for a stencil. And then on the back side of the stencil, I sprayed it with some of this spray adhesive. Put that down, flattened it out on the saw blade, and then I sprayed it with this real nice blue, which kind of reminded me of the sky in the springtime. And I have my base to paint on, and I got a nice silhouette of that gobbler who's going to be out on a roosted limb. I'm going to paint the gobbler, but at least I knew where I would have it on the saw, and a template to follow when I paint it. There'll be a limb out here, and then some branches and such off of that. So let's get started on the gobbler on the roost saw painting. The first thing I'm going to do is I took some chalk and I just kind of roughed in a limb of a tree that the gobbler's going to be roosted on, and I'm going to use some brown paint. This one's called Burnt Umber. It's an acrylic paint. So I'm going to paint in that limb. Just going to rough it in here. This old gobbler here, he's roosted up in the high limb of this tree here. Gnarly old tree that this gobbler's up on. next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in a few leaves. This gobblers, springtime gobblers, so the tree's already starting to leaf out. I'm going to rough them in with some black first, and this is called Raven Black. And I'm going to use one of these kind of flat brushes here. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of paint on that brush, and we're going to rough in where some of those leaves on that branch would be. Maybe something like that. And some up on this branch here. And we got a little stub of a broken branch there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little dark green, and we're going to use a paint color called Evergreen. And we're going to do just like we did with the black. We're going to put a little of that green in there. Nice springtime day. First thing in the morning. We got that big old gobbler up in that tree roosted. Now don't worry about the chalk lines there that I used as a guide. Those will all wipe off when we're done. Now I don't claim to be a great artist or anything like that, but I have fun with these saw paintings, and that's what it's all about, just having fun. Just having fun, and you don't have to please everybody, you just have to please yourself. You know, you just have to be happy with what you're doing. And lastly, on those leaves, I'm going to use a nice bright lime green. That's going to You know, in the springtime, everything's nice and green. Trees are opening up. Nice spring day. Here we get our branch roughed in, our leaves roughed in. We're going to come back, and when this dries, which this acrylic paint dries pretty quick, and then we're going to come back in and paint in the silo of the turkey, and then we're going to give some texture to the tree, maybe some you know, different colors of brown or black in there. And then we'll see, but I think we're going to put a little bit more highlights in the leaves, and then we'll see. But I think we're going to put a nice sunrise, a nice sun coming up here. So let me go wait for this to dry a little bit, and then we'll go back in and we'll put in those other parts of the painting. We're going to use like a, says it's almond, looks like a tan to me, and a real tiny little brush. Put a little bit here on our paper plate, and then we'll put a little texture to that branch. Put some highlights in it. Starting to look like it's got some texture to it, and maybe we'll go in with just a little bit of black, raven black. Put a little here in the tip of this broken off branch here. Maybe a little shadow in where these branches meet. I'm just going to go in with that fine brush and follow my stencil that I follow it the best I can. We got the boss gobbler out there waiting to fly down. Got a nice long beard. Maybe we'll make that beard just a little longer. And like I said, I'm certainly not a great artist, but I'm having fun with these saw paintings and passing a little time. This is the way I do a lot of the paintings, but it's certainly not the only way that somebody could do it. I mean, this isn't necessarily a tutorial on how to paint. I would have to be very delusional to ever think that I could tell others how to do something. There is no right or wrong way. I'm just showing everybody how I'm doing this painting of a gobbler out on the roost in the springtime that's going to be gifted to a friend. This is how I do it, but should you choose to try your hand at this, you do it any way you want. As my hero, my painting hero, Bob Ross would say, it's your world and you can do it any way you want to. I'm finding a lot of inspiration in many of the episodes of Bob Ross painting, and I encourage everybody to check out. There's a lot of it up on YouTube. Check out some of the episodes of Bob Ross's painting. Just an amazing man, and outstanding outlook on life and painting natural scenes. So like I said, there's no right or wrong way to doing this. This is what I do, and perhaps it might give you some ideas on how you would like to paint something like old saws. The saws I get them at various sources, and I don't pay much for them. They're in rough shape when I get them. They're rusty and broken handles and broken teeth and just in rough shape. But it's a nice second life for those saws. I enjoy doing this quite a bit. We're going to put some spurs on them legs there. This is a big, mature gobbler, and he's outwitted a lot of hunters in his life, and he's grown old. I think those leaves there need a little something, a little highlight or something on them. I'm going to use some yellow. This one happens to be sunlight yellow. Boy, they got great names for paint, don't they? I mean, instead of just calling it yellow or black or brown, it's sunlight yellow, raven black, burnt umber. I mean, that you gotta love that, you know. And if you don't have the exact color you want, you can mix these acrylics and kind of make whatever color you want. So I'm just going to put a little bit of some little highlights in here, maybe something like that. I'm not a student of art by any means, but I've been told that this type of painting is referred to as folk art, and I'm not exactly sure why it's called folk art, but it's fun. They should call it fun art. So yeah, I'm happy with that little bit, just that little extra little bit of yellow. Really, I think did the trick. At least in my opinion, it did. And it's my painting, so like Bob says, it's your world. You can do it any way you want. And you know, a lot of times we worry about what other people think, and you know, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're not you know, being a bother, what's the difference? What's the difference how you paint or how you make something, as long as it makes you happy, you know? I mean, that's ultimately, the most important thing is making yourself happy on these paintings. If others like them, great. If not, well, you can tell them to paint their own. You know? So, yeah, there we have it. The gobbler out on the limb. we're gonna put a I think we're gonna put a sun over here, with the sun coming up over here. I'm looking at this, and I think what it needs is a few treetops over here. So I'm going to paint in a couple of treetops over here. We got a nice spring day. We're out turkey hunting, and we roosted the boss gobbler the night before, and here we are, set up in the forest, ready to match our wits with the wild turkey. I had fun painting it. Nice way to spend a little time painting a spring gobbler out on the roost. Those of you who suspect you might know who the recipient of this painting ultimately is going to be, don't tell them. Don't tell them. It's going to be a surprise. I still have to wait for the paint to dry completely, put the handle back on, and then what I like to do is give it a coat of clear coat, nice exterior clear coat. That way if somebody would like to hang the painting outdoors, it should be good to go. So until next time, everybody, take care. Thanks for watching. Remember to keep on trucking. Believe in yourself even when no one else does.